Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Libra. How are you guys, Libra? Let's see what's coming in for you. Let's see, the Lovers. I see a Gemini energy. Ooh. Someone's definitely going deep within their emotions. Very romantic energy too, though. Deep emotional connection. It's very physical at this point. The Lovers, yeah. We have, I feel here what we have is someone who needs to kind of let go of maybe the fear that the other person doesn't feel the same, or they, because these feelings are running deep here. I can see it. But someone's feeling a little bit confused. Yeah, a little inner conflict. Someone's feeling a little inner conflict, inner turmoil. Yeah. It's all about someone's worth and value, whether someone respects somebody here, because this person holds you in very high regard, But yeah, I feel like someone's dealing with a little inner turmoil, feeling a little negative thoughts here. This is someone a little concerned that they'll be left out in the cold. This is an energy of possible somebody here who maybe have high standards. A person maybe feels they can't live up to that. Yet there's this attraction and desire. Yeah. Yeah, we got the energy of taking a leap of faith here. Yeah, we got weighing the pros and the cons. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I stay? Should I go? See, it has to do with respect, too. So maybe feeling that someone's not sharing their feelings or they're hiding something, feeling a little disrespected, but this is somebody here sort of expecting someone to connect emotionally, and now there's this inner turmoil. Yeah, it's all about the Lovers. Should I stay? Should I go? Do they love me? Do they not? Because we have a person thinking of leaving someone behind, but they haven't decided. Yeah, someone hasn't decided yet. Little Aries energy here. Gemini, Cancer, Aquarius. Tell me about the Lovers. Yeah, see, it's about building. See, it's about building, putting in effort. Tell me about the Moon. Yeah, it's an energy of someone who sees the bigger picture. See, happy home, happy life. This is someone who feels like this is everything they could ever want. But we have a person here who's maybe feeling disrespected, or this person is somebody with high standards. They can't live up to their expectations. Yeah, because it has to do with what somebody was expecting. But you can see there's inner turmoil, maybe conflicting personalities. But, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is about patience. It's about interest, investing. See, someone's losing interest because the other person's not putting a lot of effort. So there is a feeling of disrespect, but on the other hand, the other person feels this is someone who has high standards. They maybe can't make them happy. This is someone here definitely feeling they're losing interest and leaving someone behind. There's a lack of negativity. This person maybe can't provide anything. Lack of money. This is about growing. See, putting in work. Nothing's growing. It has to do with growth. Should I stay? Should I go? But the other person's kind of like, should I tell this person how I feel? Because I don't know if there's secrets here. I mean, to me, it looks confusion. Someone's having romantic feelings, but they're going through inner turmoil. They're struggling. And I feel this is someone who's robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're struggling, but yet somehow they want this other person to take a leap of faith with them. This is someone who's kind of lost interest because of the lack. Yeah, it's a person who's open. This is someone generally kind, compassionate, often very understanding. But this is a person who feels there's something lacking. Yeah, whether it's a person ghosting someone or not, there's a lack of money, lack of growth and effort. So nothing's really growing. And I do think it is because this person here, they struggle. They got a lot of conflict going on. I think there's conflicting personalities here too. Yeah, this is someone who's open to receive. See, they have another opportunity. This could be a person comparing one to the other, and I know people don't like that when someone compares, but you have to understand when people have been in other relationships and they want to assess, they're assessing not just for themselves, for you, because you don't want somebody to just go, yep, I'm just going to choose this person. I'm just going to go with it. And then it ends up being chaos and drama. A lot of people do that because they want to avoid. It's because they care enough about the other person and have respect for them. So assessing is always good. You want someone to assess. You want them to come in right. You want them to come in stable. You want them to be able to build a foundation, right? If someone here, feels they can't build a foundation, that they don't have the money, they can't live up to your standards. They feel that somebody here should lower their standards, This is someone who doesn't want to do that. I feel it's just about being comfortable. It has to do with a foundation. And it's funny how I see comments like that all the time of people like, well, if they're going to compare me to someone else, like, how dare they? Well, you're much better off if they do, because if they just decide to choose you without assessing, without comparing, because what they wanted people do when they compare, they don't want to make the same mistakes they've done before. It's not always about the person, right? But you can see someone here pinned down by their thoughts, taking a little time out. Someone here has been pinned down. But see, it's somebody who wants to pin someone down. They want to lock them down. They want to commit, but the other person's losing interest because the other person can't really provide anything. They are the one who can see. Somebody here can provide, but the other person can't, so they want to lock them down in a hurry. Yeah, see, it's also about the cup. See, laying the foundation, watering it with love. But this is someone who's sensing lack and negativity. It's someone who maybe even has ghosted someone or ignored them before. So you have to look at these things. Yeah, I mean, we got someone doing this. And look at that. See, it's all about long-term stability. See, two people drinking from each other's cup, sharing their feelings. See, this is someone who's not sharing a lot of feelings. It's almost like they expect the person to just know, read their mind, or just know. So now we have the person in the Fool energy taking a leap of faith, but leaving someone behind ready to go down another path because they want someone who's stable, reliable, someone they can depend on. This person doesn't want to be the other person to be a dependent, put it that way. And it's what I feel is going to happen here. We have a person who's just looking at the reality. They're trying to be real. They're trying to be realistic. We have a person who has high standards and they've raised the bar. They know their worth and their value. The other person wants the other person to take a leap of faith with them. Even though there's been maybe some ghosting, ignoring, they want to pin this person down in a hurry. And the other person's like, I don't know. I don't know. They're comparing them to what it is they actually want, not even necessarily a person. This is someone who sees the bigger picture. They want to be happy. They want to be emotionally fulfilled. But we have a person who's hiding something. And it's their feelings, emotions. But it's an energy of this, romantic energy. Being romantic. It's like someone feels if they give the person that it's going to be enough. Yeah, we have a person this is someone who's disappointed this person before. See, it's someone who expects someone to trust them. Just trust me, right? Just trust me. They want to pin them down. Well, anybody who wants to pin you down in a hurry when they haven't even shown you what they can provide, or, like I say, there's been disappointment, lack, feeling disappointed. Somebody here, they either have no money, or they've ghosted, ignored, or they just come in with lack of connecting emotionally. It's likely different for everyone, but like I say, it's all about pinning someone down. Yeah, we got someone putting on the brakes. See, they're going in the other direction, being open to someone else. They're open to receive, but they want someone who's stable and reliable. This is a person who just wants to be safe and secure. But they already provide, I feel, for themselves. Because the other person's coming in. They're coming on pretty strong. They feel pretty confident, you know, that the other person will, you know, take that leap of faith and just commit. They haven't earned any trust. See, they haven't even given the other person a chance to build trust. So this is why someone has a hard time trusting, and they've already disappointed someone. See, this is a person who maybe keeps secrets, or they keep it all in. But this is where I feel you need to trust your intuition. Because it is about high standards, what someone expects, right? This person comes in and they're not quite what you expected them to be. And I definitely feel they're hiding this struggle, financial struggles. And I do feel there's this energy of conflicting personalities and inner turmoil. This is someone who doesn't always talk when given the chance. Yeah. Wow. But I'm going to tell you, this person really likes this. I mean, there's the feeling of love, you know, and some kind of bond connection, but they want the other person to just, it's like, you know, focusing on the physical before the other person even has built any trust. They expect the other person to just trust them blindly, basically. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, see, this is another person coming in, a person who's confident, they have self-control, and they're stable. See, it's an energy of someone stable, someone who's financially stable. It's a person who also has high standards. You know, they like to be comfortable, they like to have good food, a comfortable home. See, this is two people going to connect. See, there's a connection here, and it is someone who's going to be left behind. Yeah. Yeah, because you got a person here who's more concerned about what the other person can provide them than what they can provide the other person. So one of them's actually a provider. That's the difference between the two. And it is important because you want stability long term. Everybody wants a person who's stable and reliable. But when someone comes in very quickly and they want the other person to take a risk, just trust me. But you don't even know. Everything's a secret. They haven't shared a lot. They keep a lot to themselves. Yeah, see, it's all about someone chasing after someone. They want to pin them down in a hurry. And I feel some of you are at that point too, where you're kind of like, yeah, I mean, you are connecting with this person. There is a lovely connection, and they are stable. So let's just see who they are. I do see Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius. Yeah, see, it's someone who puts on the brake when it's time to take it to the next level, even though there's a connection. So some of you may be comparing this person to this person. You can flip the energy, but it is an energy of a person who plans, prepares. See, they hope it goes to the next level, but it's connecting on the emotional level. And I see someone here who's very content. They're very confident about being friends. See, the other person is someone where it never goes anywhere because they either, I think they're just chasing after this person. It's whoever this is up here. So let's have a look at that. Someone with Gemini energy. Yeah, maybe Leo. See, this is all about new. So there's somebody new here. See, this is about someone who's figuring out what makes them happy, what fulfills them emotionally. But it's a person who wants to start something. And they expect the other person to just trust them before they've earned any trust. This is someone who's content to be friends first. They're willing to earn trust because they want it to go the distance. Yeah. But the other person's chasing after the other, I feel, the other person because they see what they can provide. And they want to pin them down and lock them down. Yeah, see, it's someone feeling a little guarded, defensive, maybe pushing someone away. But some of you have someone who pushes you away. See, it's an energy of a person looking at why too, because I can see it's all about high expectations and what somebody expects. Yes, you should expect to be friends first. Of course, you want to make that connection, make sure you get each other, that you actually have a real connection, soulmate, friends first, and then you take it to the next level where somebody just wants the other person to trust them. Just trust me. And we have a person who's now about to leave someone behind because of that. They're guarded, defensive. They're very careful what they believe. See, they don't believe this person because they're in a rush to pin down where this, to make a deal, to make an actual commitment where the other person's content to be friends first. That's the difference. So, yeah. And I do feel some of you have a decision to make. Just take off the blindfold and see. Yeah, and like I say, there's indecision, unable to move forward. So I feel some of you haven't made any decision yet, but it's telling you to just look at it, because anyone who expects you to take a leap of faith and they expect you to commit in a hurry, they want something. Okay? You want to make sure someone who can provide something. You want to be safe. You want to feel safe. This is someone who's willing to earn your trust. They want to make you happy. You're everything they could ever want. They've gone within. Yeah. Tell me about this person. I feel like the person who wants to take it to the next level, who's content to be friends, is stable. I do think they're grounded. They're practical. I do see Sag. I do see some Cancer energy with this person. Yeah, but this is someone here, see, open to receive. And it's another person coming in. So now you can see they're leaving the other person behind because they're either indecisive or this is where you have to make a decision. Yeah, see, there's some sort of unhealthy obsession here too. See, it's something very unhealthy. Someone's obsessed with someone here. But this is why I feel this person in the Queen of Cups is open to receive from someone else, because this is becoming unhealthy. And it is someone who keeps everything inside. You see, they keep it all in. They don't say anything. And I can see the desire and the passion building, but I also see this emotional energy building. Not in a good way, because it's inner turmoil. I think we have conflicting personalities too. Someone who comes in and creates drama too. Yeah, it's rather dramatic. Yeah, we got two people here I feel are more each other's type. You complement each other more. They're willing to do the work. They want to spend time with you. They want to be with you. They just want to be happy. But the other person has this unhealthy attachment to the physical connection. They don't want to connect on the emotional level. Yeah, see? Someone who's trying to manifest what they desire. Yeah, so often someone who manipulates to get what they want. They just expect you to trust them blindly, right? Just trust me. And I don't know if this person's honest. It really feels they kind of play games or they manipulate. See, the Magician's got the positive, negative energy. I'm seeing a little negative, but this other person, it's interesting because they're willing to cooperate and compromise. They just want to spend time with you. They want to go down this path. They want to explore the connection. Yeah, they have, it's faith and loyalty. You're on the same page. You get each other. But this other person, like I say, they're just kind of more interested in what you can provide them than what they can provide you. Yeah, and they could even be, see, there could even be competition. Yeah. But I feel anyone who's in that, watching this in the Queen of Cups, where you're just open to this person, you have so much feelings, emotion. I see you being kind, compassionate with this other person, but I don't think you're as interested in them. In fact, you're losing interest and you're ready. I feel some of you go down this path because you're going to connect with this person. You really get each other. Similar lifestyles, the things that you do, you're just on the same page. But I do think this other person's not loyal. I don't think they're very loyal. I feel there's someone who's involved with lots of people. They're kind of sneaky. They keep secrets. They're always hiding something. See, they're a player. They like playing the field. It's a person who, although they want to make commitments, they never really stay committed. They love attention too, Yeah, they're always involved with other people. So this is where I feel you're going to connect with this person. They may reach out to you at some point. See, this is getting off an emotional roller coaster. This is a whole new cycle. You got a whole new chapter coming. See, it's all about leaving this behind. And I do feel like there was a lot of love for this person. You were always open to receive until you have that little moment where you start to see that this person kind of manipulates. You know, they've always keep their options open. They're involved with other people. Yeah. But you got a person here who they are, like I see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus. Now, it could be just someone's energy where they have good morals and values. They have a love of home, family. So you're just on the same page. Your lifestyles, things just work here. Yeah, I feel like you've given up on the other person. You've got a person who never sees it to the finish, too. This is the person I feel who... There's constantly people competing for their attention. See, they keep a lot of people. They have options, obviously. People really like this person. I feel they like them. And they never, it's the kind of person no one ever really, these people don't let go. But I feel like, you're putting this behind. This person here is someone who never sees it to the finish line. It never goes the distance. They never actually commit. Where this is someone who will commit. This is the difference, yeah. See, someone who's kept you waiting. Yeah, it's time to expand your horizon. See, too little, too late. Time to look elsewhere. This person's going to regret it, too. See, they kept all their feelings to themselves. This is a person who's never seen it that they've never committed or never been married. Possible Gemini energy. See, while you're waiting, someone who's emotionally available coming in. Even if this person had feelings for you and love for you, they are someone who just never seems to make it to the finish line. It never goes the distance. They don't want to be pinned down, but yet you've got this person coming in who wants to lock you down in a hurry. They want you to trust them. Because it is someone who's ghosted, ignored you. And I do feel there's been a lot of lack. So maybe they just didn't have enough money. But I feel like you're going to choose. You're going to be very wise. See, applying lessons learned. I feel like you already know what you're going to do. Yeah. It's all about leaving the past in the past. I feel this is someone you longed for at some point. But I feel it's all about connecting on the emotional level. I do think this person's kind of... See, while you're waiting, you've got... true love coming in, someone who's emotionally mature, available. Yeah. And they're gracious. They have a love of home and family, children, could be blended family for some of you, but you're making a beautiful connection and they're very happy to be friends first. Yeah, they can be very generous where the other person was kind of cheap. See, someone who was stringing you along. Yeah. So, and that's why I feel this person could be trying to come back around to pin you down. They don't have a lot of money. So be very careful about giving somebody money. I feel like there's disappointment too about someone not paying someone back. It's like you trusted someone blindly too. Yeah. Someone who takes advantage of someone. But the other person's generous. It's like they're the opposite. Yeah, they know what they want too. See, very charming. It all depends who you're dealing with. But regardless of who it is, see, you've got a person who's very confident, very bold, very charming, very attractive. Yeah, lots of people chase this person. They like this person because they're attractive. Yeah, but this is part of the person here, which I feel you got an Emperor energy coming in, but it's a person who's just, they know what they want, they're going for it. It's someone who's leaving the past in the past or no longer giving to someone else. I feel like you're no longer feeding someone's ego too here for some of you. Yeah, see, walking away. You're moving towards someone who knows what they want. Yeah. And like I say, some of you got different people. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sag, strong Taurus, could be Virgo, Capricorn, and then you've got this Cancer energy. So it's a very much of an energy of some of you are dealing with someone who overindulges, drinks too much. They may reach out when they've been drinking, dangling the little carrot, tempting you to take that bait. So you've got wise choices. See, I feel some of you have taken off the blindfold. I do think you're seeing very clearly about your choices, your types. But you do have someone quite lovely coming in. Yeah. All depends who you're dealing with, but I still feel the outcome's the same. It's all about the kings. It's all about a person who knows what they want, someone who longs for love. See, they've been someone who's been crushing on you for a long time. Yeah. And others of you, it's just a person who's content to be friends first. They want to connect with you, make sure you're on the same page. The outcome is all about, so you've got a person who's a bit of a runner chaser. They love the chase and they run away. So there's that person too. So, but regardless, it's someone who finds someone really attractive. See, they're very focused on the physical. They come in, they get things going, and then they kind of, it never really goes anywhere. It's a person who never really makes a commitment. I feel some of you are dealing with someone who's never committed. They've never seen it through. And I feel some of you have been on a journey with someone like this. But I do see you walking away. See, this person sees you walking away, moving towards someone else. That's why I feel they're going to try to come in. Yeah. You got someone else you're dating. Someone who does things in a more traditional manner. They actually make a commitment. When they say they're going to go on a date, they stick to it. Yeah. So you've got a person who's holding a torch. I think you've got a person holding a torch here who literally has done these things. Ghosted you, ignored you, disappointed you. They've manipulated, even though they've had deep feelings. Yeah, but I do think you're finally walking away. Yeah. See, someone who finds you very attractive, and I feel it's both of you, but I feel like you have a new flame. The new flame, the old flame. Yeah. Yeah, you got a person who finds you attractive, and like I say, I feel like they may try to come back in here, but I do think this energy of it not going anywhere. See, you're going to be speaking your truth. See, it's about faith and loyalty. You know that there's someone here who's not faithful and loyal. It never goes to the distance here. Yeah, see, someone who's involved with lots of people. Everyone likes this person. They're very likable, but they're not faithful. Yeah, so you've got a new flame coming in. The new flame. Old flame, new flame. Yeah, you got a person here. Yeah, this person's going to have a lot of regret. See, it's too late. You're going down a new path. See, they regret this. And, let go of the unfounded fear that you're going to make the wrong choice, okay? If you got someone who tries to keep you hanging, or they try to tempt you to take a risk with them and they want to pin you down, you have to look at why, where they suddenly want to do this, right? Yeah. You got a new flame coming in. I think the person's coming in is very charming, very attractive. They certainly have a lot of desire. They know a good thing when they see it. So this is about yourself being real, knowing when to release. And I feel the person who's coming towards you really holds you in high regard. They have the same standards as you. They want to be able to provide you a happy home and high standards of life, where the other person sort of expects you to kind of settle for breadcrumbs, Yeah. That person's definitely going to be in regret. But don't yourself with the unfounded fear, okay, about choosing. Trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it doesn't. See, look before you leap. Because I feel you're looking at what you're leaving behind, and you're looking at what you're gaining. Yeah, someone who's stable, solid foundation, happy home. You got to do what's right for you. I do see friends and family people here too, Somebody could be reaching out to people's friends or family, or trying to reach out to you online before you walk away, because I feel they know you're moving on. Yeah, leaving them behind. But you're going towards something so much better. Yes, it's a dating period, but it's a person who commits to spending time with you. See, there'll be growth. See, there's no growth here. It doesn't go anywhere. This one could grow. It could literally go the distance. Yeah, the person that's coming in is optimistic, stable. They see your worth, your value. They want you to You know, they see you as someone who deserves better. You deserve, you know, a comfortable home, nice things. Yeah. Someone who gets it. See, you have the same standards. Take care. Bye for now.